Hi, my name's Logan. I'm 11 years old, and this is my podcast and YouTube channel. It's called You're Welcome Without Asking. The point of it is to do the investigating for you and to be able to give you the answers to the questions you didn't even know you need to ask. With the help of my dad and some pretty cool guests, that's what I hope to do today. Today's episode is all about Power Rangers. So here's You're Welcome Without Asking.
Years I'm free. It's time to conquer Earth.
Alpha, Reader's Escape. Recruit a team of teenagers with attitudes.
Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. You mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Okay, so this is our third episode, and what I like about this one is that we have talked about topics that you and I were able to share across your childhood and mine. And today's topic, again, one that you have put together, is one of those topics. This is something that I'm almost positive began when I was in second grade. I think was when the first episode came out. We can look it up and see. Should have done that ahead of time. But today we are talking about the Power Rangers. Okay, we've got a handful of questions that I've been writing down, that I've been hanging on to, so that I could pick your brain about the Power Rangers. For me, I remember the first episode of the Power Rangers. I was at my friend Corey Franklin's house. I can still see his TV set. I can still see where we were, where his house is. And I remember watching that first episode where they unlock Rita Repulsa from that little, like, well-looking thing, and she laughs and the words didn't match her mouth as her mouth was moving.
She had that weird outfit.
And the weird outfit, yeah. And then as I was growing up, it was all things Power Rangers. For Christmas, I got literally every Power Ranger and Zord that they had at the time. My goal was to recreate every bit of it myself. And my friend Damon, I promise you to this day, still remembers me saying it's morphin time and jumping out of the swing set thinking I was actually going to morph and just falling face first on the dirt.
I love doing that, but I hate being hurt after it.
I had literally every version of the Power Ranger toys at the time, and I've told you this, but I even wrote my own version of a Power Rangers movie.
And you drew that characters and Zords.
Yeah, I had everything figured out, and then the movie comes out, and some of my ideas were actually in it, and I was like, no way, they really used my stuff. And now, as a right 22-year-old adult, you know, I realized
22.
I realized that the time from me coming up with those ideas and then producing the movie was only like 5 weeks, and I'm pretty sure they don't create an entire movie in 5 weeks. So
what were your ideas?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Was it the movie that we watched?
It was the movie that we watched with Ivan Ooze.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
Yeah. So I want to talk to you about your opinion on some things related to the Power Rangers, and I'm going to start it with the most recent Power Rangers movie,
the
the one that I think came out around quarantine time. I think it was when I remember watching.
2017.
17, is that when it came out?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to start there because that gives me a good frame of reference for the questions, and also because I am now 3 days straight into trying to finish the movie and have not succeeded yet.
Our rent went away last night.
Well, at least you guys got to watch it because I fell asleep every time.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so here's where the new movie is really different from what I grew up with, and then in between, for those people not knowing as you're listening or watching, they've come out with like 10 different seasons or whatever of 10 different versions of
Yeah,
Power Rangers.
they've at least made over 7 different series, but they've taken all but 3 off of Netflix.
Right, and there's a reason they've taken them all off of Netflix, because
What's that?
some of them just aren't good.
Yeah.
Some of
They're-
them just aren't good.
Like, there was one series that I remember watching that was, it was what you, like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but they were actually, all of them were actually dinosaurs, and it just didn't look good.
All of them were dinosaurs. So, the reason I'm going to start with this new movie is because it is totally different than the rest of them, because even the weird series kind of all have a theme to them that matches my original Power Rangers. In my original Power Rangers, they all get along really well. They're all friends. They're all like the best of the best at the school. They're the best martial artists. They're the best scientists. They're the top of the everything. They're the nice people. They all are just absolutely amazing at everything, and they are really cohesive as a friend group. Then there's this new movie, and they don't even all know each other when they start, and then they can't get along, and then they can end up not even being able to use their powers because they can't get along. And the leader of the group is only there because he got caught.
Stole a cow.
Yeah, he stole a cow from the other team and then wrecked his car while the police were chasing him. And so you've got the leader is a delinquent. They can't get along.
The Blue Ranger blew up his lunchbox.
The Blue Ranger, yeah, they all meet in detention,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, because the really smart guy blew up his lunchbox
Wait.
accidentally.
Was the Black and the Yellow Ranger in detention?
No, but they were at the mines doing delinquent stuff.
Yeah.
So totally different from my original one, and even the previous movie and even all the other seasons kind of all followed the same theme where they're all friends, they all get along really well, and they're like the poster children for everything. Then there's this new movie, but the new movie is the only one that actually has cool graphics to it, and the bad guys in it like actually are kind of interesting and exciting, and the graphics are good. The putties are really good versus my old Putty Patrol where they look like people wearing silver leotards, and
That's all they are.
that's all they are.
But
yeah.
these look more like rocks than putty.
Right. So, the new movie was pretty cool. It had good graphics.
Yeah.
It's the only, out of all the Land Before Time 132 versions of Power Rangers, it's the only version where they actually got some powers themselves when they're
Yeah.
not. They're like Spider-Man, you know?
Yeah, they got, I like to call them hyper jumps because they're hyper jumps.
Hyper jumps. I gotta put on Juju's glasses because the sun's starting to get to me.
Because they're literally just, if the cliff's this wide and normal humans can only jump this far, they can literally just jump.
Right.
You guys wake up surprised to be alive and jump over a house?
Yeah, kinda. What? No. Look, we're different, all right? Everything's different.
You're Zach, right?
Yep. You still go to Angel Grove?
Sometimes. You know, the other girl was here too about an hour ago.
Hey, you mean that girl right there?
Hey, come on down. We should figure this out together.
Whoa.
Oh, screw this.
Okay, let me
She
handle
got up
this.
there pretty fast.
No, keep up. Stop! Just talk to me. You have a coin, we have a coin. We should just talk about this. I mean, we don't know what it... What is wrong with you?
And then they ripped the sink accidentally, and
Yeah, they're like, have super strength, and like how the bully was trying to like headbutt Billy, but like then he got hurt because Billy was just like,
right. So kind of like the Spider-Man movies, where all of a sudden he goes to school and he's got powers but didn't know it. And I thought it was cool that they took the story of all the like goody two-shoes friends and they turned them into kids that couldn't get along, and they were struggling to really conform. They were all having their own issues. Even they go so far as to the Blue Ranger having being picked on because he has some maybe some learning disabilities and things like that, and so it was a total different.
His dad also died.
Right, there was that too. Yeah, so it was a totally different movie, different theme. They had powers, it had cool graphics, the putties were cooler, the kids were struggling to conform, but the Zords just weren't good. They looked like alien something.
Before we talk about the Zords, can I just say one thing about the Red Ranger?
Okay.
He played football.
He did.
And he didn't do martial arts.
You're correct.
He played football.
Now, I'm gathering from the tone in your voice that was unacceptable.
Yes, he has to do martial arts.
He was supposed to be.
He has to teach martial arts.
Okay, so but we agree that the Zords just aren't cool. So here are my questions for you. Okay, you ready? First and foremost, I want to know, out of all of the series, out of all of the movies, who is the best Ranger?
Is that even a question?
Oh yeah.
Tommy.
Tommy. Tell the listeners who Tommy is.
In Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, he started as the Green Ranger, but then I haven't made it that far in the series yet, but he is the White Ranger.
He's the White Ranger, and I would have said the same thing. He is, in my opinion, is the best Ranger, and one of the ways that we can measure that is all those other series, he's the only actor, the only character that is kept across all of the series. He ends up becoming different color Rangers, but he is the professor at the college in all of them. He cut his hair, but Tommy Frank is in every single series. He's the only actor that they kept. Yep. And so you already thought he was the best and didn't even know that, did you?
No.
Mind blown.
I only thought that he was in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
No, so he is in every single one except for this new version of the movie. And he was the best Power Ranger.
How do you know that?
Because I researched it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot to do that.
So I think we agree that Tommy, whether you call him the White Ranger, the Green Ranger, I think he was gold in one of them, black in one of them, but Tommy is the best Ranger of all of them. Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay, so of the colors of the Rangers, who was the best one across the series and movies? So who was the best Red Ranger? We've seen Jason, we've seen the new version of Jason, we've seen Rocky, we've seen all kinds of ones. Who's the best Red Ranger?
And is it called Ninja Steel?
Sure.
It's the one with like the Ninja Star morphers.
Okay.
That Red Ranger I think's pretty cool.
What was cool about him? What made him the best one?
I actually don't know.
Okay, works for me. Yellow Ranger.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
The original?
Yeah.
Trini? Mm-hmm. I liked the new version of Trini and the one that we were...
The only reason
one that I didn't make it through the past couple nights.
Yeah, the only reason that I'm not saying her is because... Or the new version of her is because... The original is like, hi! And this one's just like, hi.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
So, alright, Blue Ranger.
New.
The new one. I did like him too. Now the original one, to me, he did a good job of playing that role, and as the series went on and the movie and everything came out, he still was uncomfortable and still kind of nerdy, but he got really good at the gymnastics and some of the stuff like that. So, but I agree, I like the newest one much.
I still think that the 2017 Blue Ranger is the best.
I agree. I liked him too. Black Ranger.
So you remember that the one that I was saying where all of them are all of the Zords are actual dinosaurs? Mm-hmm. That Black Ranger, I think, is my favorite.
And that's not Tommy, right?
No.
Okay. There's one of them where he's a Black Ranger.
There is?
Yep.
And it may have been him. It's Dino Fury, I think.
It might be. Mm-hmm.
I think that the original was kind of weird at points, but I think she is the best.
So that makes my heart smile because I'll admit, as an 11-year-old boy, I kind of thought that I was going to marry the Pink Ranger from the original series.
Of course you did.
I turned her down eventually, but I was convinced that she was the one that But this newest movie, I liked the Pink Ranger in that one because she was like the cheerleader and the everything, and then she turned into kind of the like delinquent girl that cut her own hair. She was cool.
Did you like the real life Aladdin?
Is that the real life Aladdin?
Mm-hmm.
That's Jasmine?
Yeah, that's Jasmine.
Ah, game changer. Yep. Okay, so she's the one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to block her now from social media so she doesn't start hitting me up too.
I still think the original's the best.
All right, so we agree on who the best ranger is. We have a cool understanding of the best ranger of the different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is the best Zord of all time? So explain in 2 sentences for the listeners, the viewers, what a Zord is.
Big robots.
A big robot. So kind of like a transformer that is specific to each ranger, and then they can kind of come together and make a bigger Megazord.
They're not really transformers. They're pretty much just robots that the rangers go inside. In the like the ninja one, where they have the ninja stars to morph. They just put their weapons on it to control it. They never really go inside.
I didn't know that.
So, but in almost all of them that I've watched, they go inside, but they're pretty much just robots, but I guess transform.
Yeah, very similar to Transformers.
Except they combine.
For the 70s babies, they're basically Transformers.
But instead of transforming into airplanes or trucks, they form in, one ranger's the leg, and so is another one, and 2 of them are arms, and then the Red Ranger is the head.
Exactly. So the individual doesn't transform into something else, but they become a body part of the larger Megazord.
Trini here, ready to rock. Hey, nice stereo.
Megazord power, on!
Trini here, this is amazing. I seem to know how to drive this thing.
Affirmative, I do too. It's almost like second nature to me.
Alright guys, let's go get him!
Right!
You and your weapons are no match for me!
Alright guys, let's see what this baby can do! Yeah! Zap him again! Alright! Let's send this guy back where he came from!
Right! Right!
Alright guys, power it up! Activating Megazord battle mode!
Megazord sequence has been initiated! Megazord activated!
Which one's the best Zord?
This is the hardest question I've ever been asked. I think the new one was pretty, like, the best Zord or the Megazord?
Best Zord.
Oh, any of the Red Rangers.
Any of the Red Rangers.
Because they're always All of them that I've watched, except for one, they've always been T-Rexes.
Okay.
But one, it's been a lion.
Yep.
So I think I like the lion.
Okay.
It was like Mystic Force or something. I think it was Mystic Force. I don't know.
So the lion and then the T-Rexes. Mine is the original Green Ranger Dragon Zord.
I forgot. Yes, that's my.
The Dragon Zord, because he would play the flute on his dagger, and then the Dragon Zord would come. But I did like in the newest movie how they made Rita the original Green Ranger, which was cool because in my original Power Rangers, the Green Ranger began as an evil ranger, and then they turned him.
Yeah, but so in the original, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it was the only one that said that Rita had the green morpher, and all of the other series, nobody evil ever starts out with the green morpher. They may like take it after they like capture the Rangers, but like they never start out with it.
Right.
Except for yours and the
newest one.
The newest one.
Right. So I agree. I still think those are the best. The new version with the cool graphics and the delinquent kids, and then the tried and true original one.
Yeah, but the Dragon Sword's the best.
Okay. Last question for you. Of all of the specific weapons across all the Power Rangers, what has been the best weapon?
The Red Ranger sword.
How come?
Because it's a sword, and swords are amazing.
Fair enough.
And it's red.
Okay. So I agree that it's a sword, but I had to go just one little separation from you.
You said the Green Ranger.
Nope. I said the White Ranger because it was a talking sword that had Saba, the tiger, on the end of it.
Activate the Tiger Zord. Tiger Zord, power up! Yeah, it works! All right! Woohoo! Hey, I thought you knew what you were doing. I do. Yeah, you sure could have fooled me.
He named it.
Yeah. I mean, if it's gonna talk to you, it's gotta have a name, right?
Well, you could just say, "Hey, Tiger Sword, what's the weather today?" You could say
well,
that.
next time we send in a submission for upcoming movies, we'll put that piece of suggestion in there for them. So, overall, best Power Ranger version on screen, on TV, what has been the best one in your opinion?
Graphics-wise?
In general. If you were going to pick one right now and watch it, what would you pick?
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
The original series?
Yeah.
I agree. Amen.
I do think that the best suits are the new ones.
Yeah, agreed.
And can we take a second to talk about the black sword?
Okay.
It looked more like a gorilla than a mammoth.
This is better. Okay. Signals, brakes, I need brakes. Manual. Where are the brakes? Out front 5.
Again, we'll put that in the suggestion box.
Okay.
So there you have it.
And too much detail, too.
Too much detail. So there you have it. There is Logan's professional connoisseur opinion of all things Power Rangers. Again, his episode idea, his willingness to research and to encourage me to relive my glory days as a second grader. It has been fun to watch these movies. It has been fun to fall asleep to the new movie. It's been fun to watch you create Power Rangers Pokemon cards. It's been awesome to get the original Red Ranger toy. Thank you for that gift. I cannot open it. I can't bring myself to open it.
You're welcome. I spent $14 on it.
It is worth every cent.
I was going to buy an amiibo.
Well, thanks for thinking of me.
So,
I appreciate you.
And it was going to be a Pikachu.
A Pikachu.
A Pikachu.
Well, thank you for thinking of me. For anyone who's interested in watching the Power Rangers, now you know a little bit about the history. Now you know the best versions to watch. Now you'll have a little bit of context to which portrayals were the best, which weapons were the best, which Zords were the best. And in case you didn't know that you were asking these questions, now you have the answers. And
you're welcome without asking.
You're welcome without asking. Tune in soon to the next episode. He already has a running list of the things that he wants to investigate and provide you the answers to, even if you didn't know to ask those questions. So we hope you enjoyed this episode. We appreciate our camera crew hiding behind the lens back there and for the sunglasses. And we look forward to meeting with you soon.
Bye.